friends, welcome back to my channel. Hey there friends, so welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title today, I'm doing my November wrap up. Wow, I can't believe that I'm into my November wrap up. Like, it's crazy this year. Parts of it have gone really fast, parts of it have gone really slow. November went pretty slowly. Yeah, now it's December and I'm like, say what? But today I'm doing my November reading wrap up. I ended up reading 4 books this month. 4, I'm so proud of me. 2 of them were for uni, so that I haven't got those books anymore as they were library books that I got on a 1-week loan from the uni library. But I do, so I'll just let you know what they are. You can check them out on my Goodreads page, which is also linked in the description box. But I read The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf and Fashion and Philosophy by Lars Van Santen. He's not from England, he's got a really interesting last name that I can't pronounce, but I'll put it on the screen here so you can, if you're interested, you can check it out. And so I read those 2 for uni for dissertation research basically. So I had to take them back to the library, so I can't have them for this video. But then I also have 2 books that I read this month. Well, one that I read, one that I'm nearly finished. So I'll talk you guys through those. So the first book that I read this month and finished is the absolute stonker that is the nearly 600 pager 12 Kings by Bradley Bellew. I have a full video review of this book up, so I'll link that in the description box so you guys can check it out if you want to know all my thoughts. But spoiler alert, I loved this book. It was so great, so action packed. It was really long, it's like nearly 600 pages as I said, so it took me forever to get through. But I loved it, I enjoyed it so much. It's fantasy at its best. It's really diverse and intriguing, and it's got magic in, and it's got a kick-ass female as the lead central protagonist called Jada, who is this lady here, and she is just fantastic. You know, you are learning about things, finding things out as she finds things out. There's a lot of mystery surrounding this story and her world, and it's just so great. And then the second book that I've been reading this month, so 12 Kings, it took me forever to read, like 2 and a bit, nearly 3 weeks, because it's like 585 or something pages like that. It took me forever. So the second book that I read this month is a bit shorter, and I'm still reading it into December, but hopefully I will finish it. And that is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I have heard incredible things about this. This blew up on BookTube a little while back. And I picked this up in a buy one get one half price offer from Waterstones when I got Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And I've had this on my in my bookshelf, which is just sort of over there to the left of my right, whatever side this is, to this side of my bed. It's been on my stack of books for ages and I just haven't picked it up. And when I finished 12 Kings, I was like, when I finished this one, I was like, I need something good to read and something gripping. I want something like action packed. I'd also read a book, I'd started a book last month that I ended up scrapping because it was just boring. I couldn't get into it. It was Rivers of London by Ben Aronovich. I think I said this in my last video, the last wrap up, but I just couldn't get into it. So I knew I needed something that was going to be gripping and like that I was just going to love. But the problem is I'm a broke student, so I couldn't afford to go and buy a new book, and this was the only other novel that I had on my shelf that I haven't read, because I've not brought my entire book collection to uni because my room's quite a bit smaller than last year. So this is the, like, I couldn't quite believe I got through all my books, but this was the only book on my shelf that I hadn't yet read that was a novel that wasn't like a self-help book or something like Girl Boss, and I wasn't in the mood for that. I wanted something fun. So because I'm a broke student, I couldn't go and buy another one, so I picked up The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard a bit begrudgingly, because I was like, BookTube, and I was like, oh no, I can't, like, I've been putting it off, and I didn't know why I was putting it off, I just was, and that was silly of me because I am loving it. I'm about 75% of the way through. I'm like 276 pages through and it's 388, so I'm about like 70% of the way through this book and I am loving it so far. Again, this is a book with a central protagonist who's a female, who is feisty, who doesn't take no nonsense. It's fantasy, dystopian fiction. It's more dystopian than fantasy. It's YA and it's just great. On the back it says the Red Queen is a clever blend of The Hunger Games, Selection, Graceling and Divergent. I read The Hunger Games like years ago when I was in high school, so like 5 years ago now, gosh that's weird. And the beginning of this, the first few chapters, I was like, yeah, this really feels Hunger Gamesy. Like, this could literally just be ripping the Hunger Games off in the first few chapters, and I was a bit like, not too sure how I feel about this, but actually, you know what, I am loving it. In this world, in the Red Queen world, there are red bloods and silver bloods. Red bloods are regular humans, and silver bloods are advanced humans who have gifts or abilities. Every silver blood has that, and if you cut them, their blood bleeds silver. However, Mare, who's the main character, one day finds out that she is a little bit different and gets thrown into a world of power and danger and politics and revolution, and it's so interesting. So my mum was going to get me the second one of this for Christmas, and I accidentally think I saw a spoiler on Goodreads, and I'm a bit gutted, because if that is what I think it is, I'm a bit annoyed. But I'm loving this so far. I'm pretty much going to guess that I'll have this finished by the time I go home for Christmas, which is, when I'm filming this, is next week. But when this video goes up, I think it's like, this will go up on the Wednesday or the Thursday, and I'll go home on the Sunday. For a month, that's really long. But I am really enjoying this so far. I'm enjoying it a little bit shorter, that it's not like, it's just under 400 pages, like just in smack bang in between 350 and 400. And I'm enjoying that it's a bit smaller. I'm loving finding out about this world, finding out about all the different abilities. I'm loving hearing about the rebellion and the rebels, and I'm loving watching Mare find herself and try and figure out who she is and how she can be a part of this world in which she's got no flipping clue what's going on half the time, because she's a red blood and she's thrown into a silver's world and has got no idea, and it is fantastic so far. So those are the 4/3 books that I read / I'm reading this month, November into December. I absolutely like the 2 books I read for uni, were great, really helpful. One of them was about the beauty myth by Naomi Wolf, is about, basically it's about feminism and patriarchy, and I got really annoyed by the end of it. But because I was just going, oh, the patriarchy, really annoyed, but oh well. And the beauty and the fashion philosophy book was good, like it was just for uni. But the 2 books that I have read for fun, which I've just talked about, these 2 have been cracking. I have loved them so much. Obviously I've not finished The Red Queen yet, but I'm loving it so far. So as I say, if you are a fan of like the Hunger Games or anything like that, a bit dystopian, with kick-ass female characters, definitely check The Red Queen out. And if you like, what's it called, Queen of Shadows, then I think you'll really enjoy 12 Kings. They're very similar vibes. So yes, those are my thoughts. Sorry, I feel like I've just like gone on a massive ramble there, but I've got a lot of feelings about these 2 books. I'm loving them. I'm loving them so much, and I can't wait to read the next ones of them. So let me know if you've read either of these books. And I know Red Queen is such a popular book, like it blew up on YouTube, BookTube, as I say. So if you have any recommendations of books which are similar to either of these that I could check out, please let me know in the description box, as I'm looking for new books to read, new books to fall in love with, new series to fall in love with. So please let me know in the comments if you've got any recommendations, and if you've got any video requests, put them in the description box, in the comments too, so I'd love to hear what you guys might like to see on this channel. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you have a really great week, and if you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Bye.